As Nigeria prepares to go to the polls for election in 2027, the Department of Church and Society of the Catholic Secretariat of Nigeria, CSN, has organized an annual general meeting for the directors and provision secretaries of the Justice, Development and Peace Commission from all the various dioceses in Nigeria. With the theme, towards 2027 general elections, the imperative of mandate protection and sustainable development, the AGM was meant to equip the JDPC directors and provision secretaries with the needed skills for effective grassroots mobilization for good governance. CTV News was there.
From different parts of Nigeria, these directors and provincial secretaries of JDPC are gathered here at the training hall of the Catholic Secretariat of Nigeria, CSN, for the 2025 annual general meeting in preparation for the 2027 general elections in Nigeria. The objective of this gathering is to equip the advocacy arm of the Catholic Church, which is Justice, Development and Peace Commission, to mobilize Catholic faithful to take active part in the forthcoming general elections in 2027. Welcoming participants, the Secretary General of CSN, Very Reverend Father Michael Banjo, called for early preparation and grassroots mobilization of the lay faithful.
It's the 2027 general elections, only 18 months away. It will be a serious failure on our part for us to wait until the eve of elections before responding. That is why our chosen theme towards 2027 general elections, the imperatives of mandate protection and sustainable development, will not be more timely. Protecting the people's mandate is a moral duty. It is an act of reverence for the dignity of every Nigerian.
He also called for mandate protection by the electorate.
It is the church standing as the conscience of the nation, insisting that power must flow from the people and be exercised in service to them. We saw what happened in the last general elections. The BVAs, once hailed as a breakthrough, failed to deliver in many polling units. Results were not uploaded as promised. The REV portal went silent when Nigerians were most expectant. This is why it is important for us to be involved and to do everything possible to ensure that the mandate of the people is well protected.
The CSN Secretary for JDPC, Reverend Father Peter Babangida Audu, in his remarks stated that the 2027 general elections is a defining moment for Nigeria, and as a nation, electoral apathy is not an option.
This is a reminder, therefore, that the stakes are high. Imagine that we had chosen to do nothing in 2023. That we had decided to just sit back and watch. The outcome would have been there. So as we look forward to the future, particularly in the wake of the events of 2027, we must recognize that apathy is not an option. The discussion surrounding the protection of electoral mandates must evolve to consider more innovative and effective strategies towards better electoral outcomes, which are fundamental to the advancement of long-term developmental objectives.
There were goodwill messages from development partners and other departments of the CSN.
And as that is happening, we are hopeful that our shared objective of promoting human dignity, especially for the very vulnerable and oppressed and marginalized, will be enhanced. That to be able to work more towards social justice for all those who are currently in difficult situations and who need their situations, their welfare to be improved, particularly those who are displaced, those who are dislocated.
You have come here to deliberate the way forward, especially looking at what's lying ahead, the election coming up, under the JDPC level, to see how we can carry our country forward. I want to remind you, as the Secretary of Family and Human Life Unit, remember, working for the good of the people, we all come from a family. You do not relegate the family. So as you work in your different dioceses and areas, please remember the family. And when you talk about the family, we have the father, the mother, and the children. And without them, we cannot have the members of JDPC. You cannot have the society to take care of. So the family is the first.
Look at what happened, what are things that went well, what are those areas where there have been a challenge, try to understand what are the challenge, and then develop an action plan. And it's always good to start now than waiting when we get close. So I think that will really help to have a very inclusive election.
At the end of this 3 days AGM, it is believed that participants would have been well equipped with the requisite knowledge that will help in their grassroots mobilization of the electorate ahead of the 2027 general elections. In Abuja, Tony Abba, CTV News.